Daf Yomi, Tractate Zevachim, page 101a, top of the page with the words Yehoshua asu chizuk. Yehoshua asu chizuk. And the same holds for the night after the day of burial, even though the acute mourning on that day itself is by rabbinic law, because the sages reinforced their pronouncements with greater severity than Torah law. Tanu Abanan. The sages taught in a Braita, Ki chen tzuveiti, kasher tzuveiti, kasher tziva Hashem. Ki chen tzuveiti, ba'aninus yochalua, kasher tziviti. B'sha'as ma'aseh amar lehem kasher tziva Hashem, lo me'elai an yomeo. The sages taught in a Braita on the 8th day of the inauguration of the temple, on which 2 of Aaron's sons died. Moses spoke to Aaron and his sons during 3 different forms of the word command. For so I commanded, Tzuveiti, Leviticus 10:13, and as I commanded, Tziveti, Leviticus 10:18, and as the Lord has commanded, Tziva, Leviticus 10:15. Moses said to Aaron, and you shall eat it. For so I am commanded to teach that Aaron and his remaining sons shall partake of the offerings, even in acute mourning. The statement, you should certainly have eaten it, as I commanded, Moses said to them at the time of the incident when Aaron and his sons burned the sin offering for the new moon. Moses said, as the Lord has commanded, to emphasize that it is not of my own will, my own initiative, that I say this, but it is from the word of God. Urmini. And the sages raise a contradiction from another Braita. The sin offering was burned due to the acute mourning of Aaron and his sons, since they felt they could not partake of it. Therefore, it is stated in Aaron's explanation, there have befallen me such things as these, and if I had consumed the sin offering today, would it have been good in the eyes of the Lord? Leviticus 10:19. Moses conceded to Aaron that he was correct. See Leviticus 10:20, indicating that it was not permitted for Aaron to partake of the sin offering in acute mourning. Okay. Weiter. Amar Shmuel Lakashia. Har Yehuda Haver. Shmuel said this is not difficult. This first Braita, according to which Moses commanded Aaron and his sons to consume the sacrificial meat in acute mourning, is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, and that Braita, according to which they acted properly in refraining from eating it, is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Nehemiah. Detanya, Mipnei aninus srafuha l'kach ne'emar ka'ele, divrei Rabbi Nehemiah. Rabbi Yehuda ורבי שמעון אומרים, מפני תומה נשרפה, שאם אתה אומר, מפני הנינוס נשרפה היו, in brackets it says היה לשלוש טון שישרפו, דבר אחר היה ראוי לאכול ערב, דבר אחר, והלא פנחס היה עמהם. This is, as it is taught in Braita, Aaron and his sons burned the sin offering due to their acute mourning. Therefore, it is stated as these. This is the statement from Rabbi Nehemiah. Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon say, their sin offering was burned due to a true impurity, as if you say that it was burned to acute mourning, they should have burned all 3 of the sin offerings offered that day. Alternatively, if it was burned due to acute mourning, they would have been fit to partake of the sin offerings in the evening, and there would have been no need to burn them. Alternatively, if it was burned due to acute mourning, wasn't Pinchas, the son of Elazar, the priest, with them? He was not in mourning, and he could have partaken of the sin offering. Rav Omar, Idi ve'idi, Rabbi Nechemia ve'okashia. Kan b'kadshe shah, kan b'kadshe doihois. But Pinchas wasn't a priest yet, was he? Is this after Zimri? Maybe Levites can eat it too. Who knows? Rabbi said, both this prayer and that prayer are in accordance with the opinion of Nehemiah, who holds that this sin offering was burned due to acute mourning. And this is not difficult. Here the prayer, according to which Moses commanded that Aaron and his sons partake of the offering as acute mourners, is referring to the offerings of a particular time, meaning the meal offering, which was unique to the inauguration ceremony. There, the bride, according to which they rightly burn the sin offering due to acute mourning, is referring to the offerings of all future generations. That sin offering was brought for the new moon of Nisan, and such an offering would be brought at every new moon from that day onward. Moses conceded that such offerings should not be consumed by acute mourners. The Gemara asked, how would Rabbi Nechemia reconcile these apparently contradictory verses about the sin offering, and how would the sages reconcile these verses? See Leviticus 10, 17 through 20. Rabbi Nechemia מדוע לא אכלתם? אמר לו משה לאהרון שמא נכנס דמה לפנים? אמר לו הן לא הובא את דמה שמא חוץ למחיצתה יצאת? אמר לו בקודש הייתה. Rabbi Nehemiah would reconcile them like this. When Moses asked, why have you not eaten the sin offering? Leviticus 10:17. This is what Moses said to Aaron. Perhaps the blood of this sin offering entered the innermost sanctum, thereby disqualifying it. See Leviticus 6:23. Is this why you burned it? Aaron said to him, behold, the blood of it was brought into the sanctuary within. Leviticus 10:18. Then Moses asked, perhaps it went outside its partition, meaning it exited the courtyard of the tabernacle and was thereby disqualified. Aaron said to him, it was inside the sacred area at all times. Omar lo Moshe וכיהם הקריבו. אני הקרבתי, ואמר לו, הן לא הובא את דמה, ובקודש הייתה אכול תאכלו, אותה כאשר ציוויתי, באנינות יאכלוה. Moses then suggested, but perhaps you sacrificed it in acute mourning, which is prohibited for ordinary priests, and disqualified it. Aaron said to him, Moses, was it they, my sons, who sacrificed the offering? I sacrificed the offering, and as high priest, I may serve even as an acute mourner. See Leviticus 21, 10 through 12. And Moses said to him, behold, the blood of it was not brought into the sanctuary within, and it was inside the sacred area at all times. Therefore, you should certainly have consumed it in the sacred area as I commanded. Leviticus 10:18. Meaning, just as I commanded that priests should consume today's meal offering in acute mourning. Amar lo. Wow, it's a big dove. Okay. Amar lo, ותקראנה אותי כאלה, ויאכלתי חטאת היום הייתה בין השם, שמא לא שמעת, אלא בקודשי שאול. Aaron said to him, behold, today have they sacrificed their sin offering and their burnt offering before the Lord, and there have befallen me such as these. And if I had consumed the sin offering today, would it have been good in the eyes of the Lord? Leviticus 10:19. Perhaps you heard the command to consume the offering only with regard to offerings of a particular time, meaning the meal offering, which was unique to that day. Ti'i b'kachi doirois kal v'choimer mima'aser hakal ומה מעשר הקל? אמרו תורה לא אכלתי בעוני ממנו because she'dairas lo kol sheken. As if you claim that it also applies to the offerings of all generations, then one can prove this is not so via an a fortiori inference from the second tithe, for which the halakha is more lenient than for sacrificial meat. Just as with regard to the second tithe, for which the halakha is more lenient, the Torah stated, I have not eaten thereof in my mourning, the Oni, Deuteronomy 26:14, teaching that an acute mourner, an onin, is prohibited from partaking of it. All the more so is it not clear that with regard to the offerings of all generations, an acute mourner is prohibited from partaking of them. Biyad, vayishma Moshe, vayitav beinav. Hodav lo bosh Moshe, lomar lo shamati, ela ma shamati v'shachachti. Moses immediately conceded to Aaron, as the verse says, and Moses heard, and it was good in his eyes, Leviticus 10:20. And Moses was not embarrassed, and he did not attempt to justify himself by saying, I did not hear of this halacha until now. Rather, he said, I heard it, and I forgot it, as the verse indicates by stating Moses heard it. ורב יהודה ורבי שמעון היכי מתרצי לו. הכי מתרצי לו. מדוע לא אכלתם את החטאת במקום הקודש? הקודש in brackets. שמא נכנסתמה לפני ולפנים. אמרו לו אין לו באזדמה אל הקודש פנימה. The Gemara continues. And how would Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon hold that the sin offering was burned due to ritual impurity? Reconcile those verses. They would reconcile them like this. When Moses said to Aaron and his sons, why have you not eaten the sin offering in the place of the sanctuary? Leviticus 10:17, he meant perhaps its blood entered the innermost sanctum, disqualifying the offering. Aaron said to him in response, behold, the blood of it was not brought into the sanctuary within. Leviticus 10:18. Shebechus b'mechitzta yatzat amar lo hein b'kodesh haita v'dil b'vaninus akrevutua upsaltua amar lo Moshe hein hikrevua dibas labahu aninus ani hikravtia. Moses then asked, perhaps it went outside its partition, meaning the courtyard of the tabernacle was thereby disqualified. Aaron said to him, it was inside the sacred area at all times. Moses then asked, but perhaps you sacrificed it in acute mourning and disqualified it. Aaron said to him, Moses, it was my sons who sacrificed the offering, that their acute mourning would disqualify the offering. I, the high priest, sacrificed the offering, and I may serve even in acute mourning. V'dil ma'agav mar'raichu pashatu ba v'itamayim amar lo Moshe kach ani reinecha שאני מבזה קדשי שמיים, ותקראנה אותי כאלה, ואפילו אלה וכאלה. אין אני מבזה קדשי שמיים. Moses then asked, or perhaps due to your bitterness and mourning, were you neglectful of the offering, and it became impure? Aaron said to Moses, am I in your eyes such a person that I would treat an offering consecrated to heaven with contempt? There have befallen me such things as these, Leviticus 10:19, meaning that even if these tragedies and more such as them should befall me. I would not treat an offering consecrated to heaven with contempt. Omar lo, ve'i he lo havu et dama, uvakodesh haita, achol tochulu ota, vakodesh kasher tziveti, v'aninu tichlu. Moses said to him, if so, and if, as you say, behold, the blood that was not brought into the sanctuary within, and it was inside the sacred area at all times, then you should certainly have eaten it in the sacred area as I commanded, meaning as I commanded that the priests should consume the meal offering even in acute mourning. Amar lo shema lo shemata ela balayla di'i bayom kal b'chomer b'ma'aser hakal uma ma'aser hakal amru Torah lo achal di b'oni mimenu kodesh chamu lo koshchen. Aaron said to him, perhaps you heard the command to consume the offering only with regard to the night following the day of acute mourning, but during the day itself, the prohibition stands, as if you claim that it may be consumed during the day itself. I can prove that this is not so via an a fortiori inference from the second tithe, for which the halacha is more lenient than for sacrificial meat, just as with regard to the second tithe, for which the halacha is more lenient. The Torah stated, I have not eaten thereof in my mourning. All the more so is it not clear that in the stringent case of sacrificial meat, the acute mourner is prohibited from partaking of it. Miyad, right away, says, V'yishma Moshe v'yitavina. And turning on to the next. Then, when he heard this, Moses heard, he said it was good in his eyes. Leviticus 10:20. Continue after the break. God willing.